So Oprah flew down on her jet and she built the school. $50 million she spent. Most expensive school in Africa. Most expensive anything, in fact. $50 million. That's what she spent. It's got state-of-the-art computers, state-of-the-art facilities and cars and all this equipment. State-of-the-art everything. Well, not everything. Teachers, not so much. Shame. A lot of scandals going down at that school. It's because of Oprah. She didn't know how to interview these people. This wasn't Brad Pitt she was talking to, you know? She came in, she was like, "You're not gonna spank these kids, are you?" And the headmaster was like, "No, never. Never. No, we can never spank a child, never." She was like, "Okay then, bye-bye." She went on her plane, back to America. The principal was there. "Hi, Oprah. Yeah, right, as who right then? Hi. No, never. Us spanking a child, never. We beat them." We beat. That's what, yeah, we beat children. Don't spank a child, yeah. Spanking is for playing. You can spank a monkey. Spanky, spanky. Spanky, spanky, monkey. Spanky, spanky, yeah. You can spank a monkey. Don't spank a child. We beat. That's what happened. Those kids got beatings for no reason. There was always these cases. Teachers walking into the classroom, losing their minds. "Mavis, did you do your homework?" "No, ma'am." "Then you're going to get a beating. Yeah, a beating for you. But because it's Oprah school, everybody's getting one. You're getting a beating. You're getting a beating. You're getting a beating. Everybody's getting a beating. Look under your seat. You're getting a beating. Oprah, 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 yeah. I never thought I'd say this, but Kim Jong-un up against Donald Trump is a strange situation because you don't know who the crazy person is. Kim Jong-un actually released a statement. The leader of North Korea, he released a statement saying, "Donald Trump is a psychopath. I cannot work with him." Do you know how insane that is? For him to send a message about Donald Trump, where he's just like, "Guys, I'm wild, but I mean, I don't know this guy." And Donald is crazy. People ask me all the time, they go like, "Trevor, come on, you're not being serious." I meet South Africans, they go like, "Trevor, come on, man, Donald can't be that crazy, man, eh? Come on, you've got to give him a bit of credit, man, something." Guys, that guy's crazy. Then they'd be like, is he that stupid in real life? Then you're like, yeah. Then he's like, "So is he stupid like Malima and them?" Then I'm like, "No, guys, Julius is smart, don't play those games." I know people get tricked by Julius Malema and Jacob. Those guys are smart. Especially Jacob Zuma. People get fooled by him, you know, because he's got that cute vibe. Always giggling. That guy is a master tactician. Look now, vote of no confidence. Survived again. People are shocked. How did he do it? How did he do it? If you watch Days of Our Lives, he's the Stefano De Miro of this game. Every day he wakes up looking in the mirror going, "Like sands through the hourglass, so are the days of our lives." And a lot of people make that mistake. I've realized a lot of people make that mistake. You think our politicians are stupid. Maybe it's because of how they speak. Maybe it's because of how they sound. You know, Jacob Zuma's smart. Jacob Zuma was the head of intelligence for the ANC during the struggle. And Jacob Zuma started the chess team on Robben Island. A lot of people don't know that. He started the chess team. Yeah, that's why he's so good with moving the cabinet around. He's busy, yeah, Pravin, like that, because he's a horse. Check. Donald Trump is not like that. One thing I'll say about Jacob Zuma, catch him in a corner, ask him anything about policy, that guy will rattle it off. He may not know how to read, but he knows what he's talking about. Donald Trump has no clue about any policy whatsoever. He knows nothing about geopolitics. He knows nothing about his healthcare. Every time Donald Trump answers a question, you know he doesn't know the answer because he answers it like he's a contestant in one of his own beauty pageants. That's how he answers it. Every time you see Donald Trump on TV, you can see he's making it up as he's going along. They'll be like, "Mr. President, can you tell us about your healthcare rollout and how pre-existing conditions are going to be covered?" "I know. We're going to have so much coverage, folks. The best coverage. All the coverage. I'm going to get it. All of it. It's going to be
So good, great. Some people even say the best.
But how is it gonna work?
It's gonna work. It's just gonna work, folks. It's gonna work. It's gonna be done. I'm gonna do it. It's gonna be done. And the people in South Africa and Iraq and the countries and health and insurance, and we're gonna do all the things healthy with the money, and also, thank you.
Donald Trump is losing his mind, saying the craziest things. We're gonna build a wall, and Mexico's gonna pay for it. I love how Mexico's like, we ain't paying for shit, man. We might build your wall, but we ain't paying for it, man. Stupid. Donald Trump's just doing his own thing. Everything seems to be going wrong for him. Now he's getting ready to start a war, launch a nuclear weapon. North Korea, they will know.
Fire and fury.
Fury and fire. Fast and furious. Tokyo Drift.
Like no one's ever seen.
This guy's gonna blow up the world, people. He's not having a good time. So I correct people all the time. I go, look, man, say what you want about Jacob Zuma. He knows his policy. Yeah, doesn't mean he's getting things right. Doesn't mean he's doing the correct things, but he knows his policy. You can't say they're the same, you know? And say what you want about Jacob Zuma, but he knows how to handle his ladies. Yeah, he doesn't have any problems there. Donald Trump, walking around in public, his wife smacking his hand away. Pa! In public. Do you know how embarrassing that was? Donald Trump was there trying to hold Melania's hand. She just slapped it away. He tried to grab it and she, pa! And then the second time he tried to grab it and she just did like a little thing. And everyone was like, are they okay? Are they fighting? I was like, yeah, of course they're fighting. They're having a horrible time. Completely horrible time. And you don't even need to see the video of the hands to know that they're having a bad time. I've had a theory for a long time that Donald Trump and his wife are not in a happy relationship. And I don't want to start any rumors, but I've noticed this. You know, I've noticed it in their speeches. Every time Donald Trump or Melania speak, it seems like they're throwing shade at each other. They're giving a speech, but they're actually talking trash about the spouse. Every time, all you have to do is listen to the subtext of what they're saying. For instance, Melania Trump came out. She made a speech about her platform as First Lady. In America, every First Lady gets to choose what their dream job is going to be, what they're going to be doing to help the country. Michelle Obama says she's going to help kids get healthy meals and work out. Melania Trump came out, and what did she choose? She came out, no one forced her, and she was like, as First Lady, I believe we need to fight against the cyberbullying. All of the people on the Twitter who are saying the bad things, we need to stop them. We need to make sure that they cannot carry on what they're doing. I was like, do you know your husband, lady? And now I realized she was doing it on purpose. They were having a fight. Yeah. She probably got home that night, dropped her keys on the table. Donald Trump was sitting in the living room, turned on the lights. Hi, Melania. I saw
What you said about me
on the news.
it was very not nice.
Oh, hello, Donald. I didn't see you sitting over there. I thought you were watching the cartoons.
You know I was watching the news, Melania.
I watch all the news. Fake news.
So what are you going to do about it, Donald?
You want a war? You've got a war. I'm gonna get you, Melania. You're gonna pay.
Do your worst, Donald.
Oh, it's on.
I'm the best.
At worst.
The next day he came out, gave a speech. What did he say?
We've got to get rid of all these immigrants, folks. All these immigrants need to leave this country. Your move, Melania.
She went to a women's conference.
We need to stop sexual assault. The men who are grabbing the ladies without their permission. We need to.
I was like, yo, you guys need to sort your shit out at home, man. I want to have tacos. Let's go get tacos, Dave. And so we rolled together, jumped into the car. And so we drove for about 20 minutes, right, to what I thought was going to be a restaurant. Instead, Dave pulls over into an abandoned parking lot. Kills the engine, looks over at me and goes, "All right, dude, we're here." I was like, where? At my murder scene? It's like, no, dude, we're getting tacos over there. And he points, and in the corner of the parking lot was a truck. Right? A food truck, yeah, which I've now learned is quite common in America. In fact, some of the best food you'll find at a food truck. But at that moment in time, you have to forgive me, I was a little bit apprehensive. Okay? Yeah, I just wasn't quite comfortable with the idea of getting my food from an establishment that would not be there the next day. I feel like there's a certain level of accountability that comes with permanence. Dave was adamant, though. He's like, dude, you gotta get it from a truck, dude. That's how you know it's real. I was like, all right, well, let's just get this over with. Let's do it. So I hop out of the car, walk up to the truck. And it was definitely a taco truck, because there's a sign above it flashing that read, tacos. 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 By the way, weird piece of trivia about me as a person. I hate signs that flash but don't change. Yeah, I always feel like a sign shouldn't be allowed to flash unless it intermittently changes to some other information. Otherwise, I think that's wasted suspense. It should be illegal. Because it always catches my eye, and then I wait for something else, like tacos, and tacos. And what else? Tacos. Anything else? Tacos. Just stay on tacos! Anyway, now I'm irritated. I walk up to the truck, and as I get there, this little dude pops out, and he was in a completely different mood to me. You could tell. He just puffed his head. I was like, hey, how you doing, man? You want some tacos? I said, it would be awkward if we didn't. He says, what? Oh, yeah, of course, man, of course. But you never know. Maybe you want something else, yeah? I said, what else do you have, my friend? He said, no, nothing, man. It's a taco truck. I said, oh, thank you. Thank you. That's a moment of my life I'll never get back. Thank you very much. I said, no, calmate, man. I'm just saying, I don't want to waste your time. You want tacos? Let's do tacos. How many tacos you want, my friend? I said, well, I don't know how many tacos to get, sir. I've never had tacos before. So you've never had tacos? I said, no, I have. You've never had tacos? I was like, oh, you should meet my friend Dave. Because I'm not going to order food when I don't know what it is, okay? I don't know what the quantities are. I don't know what tacos are. I don't know what taco is. I don't know what taco be, okay? What do you say? How many do you get? Because just now I'm going to be like, give me 5. What if tacos like little pigs or something? I'm like, give me 5. Next thing I'm walking home with this, wee. And that's how I started my farm. Like, I have no clue what these things are. So I'm like, yo, man, I just want to try the food. Just give me enough to try. He's like, okay, you just trying it out. 2 tacos is enough, my friend. I said, okay, then give me 2 tacos. He's like, 2 tacos, coming up. Guy goes to the back, starts preparing the food. I have no clue what's coming out. Comes back a few minutes later. He's like, hey, my friend, your tacos are ready. I said, oh, thank you, man. Thank you very much. He's like, yeah, you want a napkin? I said, I'm sorry, what? I said, do you want a napkin? And now, LA. This is where it gets weird for me. Because you see, where I'm from, napkins are the things babies wear to hold their shits. The thing for your mouth we call a serviette. But I didn't know that, so at this point, this man had just turned to me, offered me food, and then said, you want a napkin? I said, I'm sorry, I'm confused. Why would I want a napkin?
So you know, man, for the mess afterwards.
I said, for the mess? How instant is it that I need a napkin?
Hey, man, you never know with tacos, man. One minute you think you got it, the next thing is coming out.
I said, that sounds like the most disgusting thing I've ever heard in my life.
He's like, no, it's part of the experience. Everybody does it, man. You make a mess, you clean up, you come back and try again, you know?
I said, all right, that's an experience I don't want to have. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to skip it.
He's like, so you're not going to try my food? I said, okay, I'll try the food,
but I'm not going to take the napkin, man.
He said, so what you going to do? I said, well, if it's as crazy as you say it is, I'll just eat the taco in the car on the way home. He's like, oh, you think you're safe. But you're going to be driving. Somebody swerves, you hit the brakes, splat, it's coming out. Don't be a hero, man. Just take the napkin.
I said, all right, I'm not being a hero right now. I'm just being a grown-ass man, okay? Like, if it gets really bad, I'll just squeeze super tight till I get to where I'm going.
He's like, yeah, that's the problem. Some people, they don't know. They squeeze it too tight, then the juice comes spring out even more. It can spray on your pants and on your shirt and on. I'm like, on my shirt? How the hell does shit get all the way up to my shirt? What is this, bouncing on the ground and ricocheting back up? What the hell is in this, man? He's like, hey, man, you want the napkin or not? I said, I don't even know what your tacos right now, dude.
So much stress. Now I love tacos. Yeah. I love tacos. I love Mexican food. I love Mexican people. I don't even know what it is. I think it's just people, we have a connection, you know? I don't know, South Africans and Mexicans or something. People from shithole countries, we have this thing. I still can't believe the things Donald Trump says. He's such a... For me, Donald Trump is an emotional paradox, I'm not gonna lie. You know, logically, I can process him. Emotionally, I struggle. On the one hand, I will admit, I wake up many days terrified at the notion that he's president of the most powerful nation in the world. But I also must admit, I wake up many days knowing he's gonna make me laugh. Yeah, there's terror and there's joy, and I don't know how to feel. You know what it feels like sometimes? It feels like there's a giant asteroid headed towards the Earth, but it's shaped like a penis. Like, I think I'm gonna die, but I know I'm gonna laugh. You just look at everything that he does. The world we now live in because of him. Like, you realize we're living through history. You know? This will never happen in our lifetimes again. We're living through a time when we're all learning about the presidency at the same time as the president. That's never happened. How wild is that concept? You wake up every day reading the news, and you're like, wow, I didn't know that. And somewhere at that exact same moment, he's reading the same news going, wow, me too. And nobody knows where it's gonna lead. Nobody knows what he's gonna do. All we know is that he wants his wall. He wants his wall. Donald Trump wants his wall. He needs $25 billion the last time he asked. He needs it from American taxpayers because Mexico is smart. That fell apart real quick. I remember how confident he was at the rallies, people cheering for him. He was like, folks, we're gonna build. We're gonna build a wall, folks. Who's gonna pay? Mexico. And Mexico was like, we ain't paying for shit, man. We might build it, but we're not gonna pay for it, man. And I don't know if you've been following The Journey of the Wall, but it's probably the best comedy on TV, right? because now they've started building prototypes of the wall at the border, right? Because Donald Trump said he wants them to test the wall first. I don't know how you do that. And I was like, try again. And because this is the prototypes, Donald Trump now has specifications for the wall. He now says he wants the wall to be made out of concrete, but he also needs the wall to be see-through, right? And the reason the president wants the wall to be see-through is because he said he's afraid that drug dealers from Mexico are going to shoot bags of drugs over the wall and it's going to hit Americans on the head as they walk by. So he needs the wall to be see-through so that Americans can see the drugs coming and catch it. Now, I'm not going to lie. I don't know what a see-through wall is. But at this point, I'm just worried that a contractor is going to come along and trick the president. He's going to take him to the border and be like, there it is, Mr. Trump. Your invisible wall. And then just to make sure he buys it, he's going to hire a troop of Mexican mimes just to be like, oh my God, you can't get through it. It works. Like the mind of Donald Trump. Oh, the other idea he had for the wall was he said America should build the wall out of solar panels. That's what he said. He said America should build the wall out of solar panels because that way the wall would generate electricity and pay for itself. Yeah. Now, I'm not gonna lie. That's a good idea, right? It's a good idea. Unless you know anything about solar panels or the sun or walls. Because the problem with that idea is that the sun is up, yeah? We all agree on that? We're still on the same page there? Yeah? The sun is up, right? A solar panel wall is not going to work because a wall is like this. So technically it's facing down. So unless you have like a really swaggy sun that's like, yeah, I shine real low, B, it's not going to work for you. The only way it works is if you take your border solar panel and lean it at an angle to get the sun's rays. But if you do that, now you've just created a giant ramp for Mexicans to shoot into America. It's like, órale! The mind of Donald J. Trump. The J stands for Jesus. A lot of people don't know that. I feel like there should be a rule in America. They should say you can hate immigrants all you want, but if you do, you don't get to eat their food. Yeah? That's a fair exchange for me. You hate immigrants, no immigrant food. And when I say no immigrant food, I mean no immigrant food, nothing. No Mexican food, no Caribbean food, no Dominican food, no Asian food, nothing. Only potatoes. And I'm not even saying like flavored potatoes, I'm just saying plain potatoes. No spice. Because no immigrants, no spice. Don't ever forget that. Both figuratively and literally, no spice. And I know some people would take that. I know there's some people right now who'd be like, well, you know what, Trevor, take your immigrants, take your spice, and get the hell out of here. You say that now. Because you've never lived a life without spice. But don't ever forget, a life without spice was so hard, that it made white people sail around the world to find it. And like, this wasn't regular sailing. This wasn't like a Disney cruise. These people sailed at a time when they believed if you went that way, you would fall off the edge of the earth and die. And still, some man out there was eating some white lady's cooking and he was like, I can't do this shit anymore. I'm sailing that way. But what if you die? At least it's exciting. No immigrants, no spice. Like I do shows, I've been doing shows around the country, around the world, really. I've been blessed. And I remember one day, I'm in LA, and I'm doing a show, and we're sitting backstage, and this comedian comes in to the backstage area, and he's got a list of all the guys that are performing. And so he looks around, He looks at the darkest guy in the corner, just the blackest guy he could find. And he goes, "Hey, yo, you the dude from Africa?" And the guy looks up and he's like, "Nah, man, I'm from Detroit." He's like, "Aight, my bad. Yo, okay, Detroit, yeah, you, okay, cool, LA, okay, cool. And then he looks at me for a second, does a quick calculation, and he's like, and then he looks and he goes, "Yo, where you from, man?" I said, I'm from South Africa. He's like, oh, you the dude? Oh, damn, man, damn, I didn't even know they got, you the dude from Africa? Man, I didn't even know they got light-skinned niggas out there, man. Damn, yo, that's the motherland, man. That's the motherland. And all of a sudden, he just started giving me this speech. He was like, "Man, that's where we gotta be, man. That's the motherland out there, man. Yeah, I got to get out there, man. I got to go home, man. You heard? I got to go home. Man, you tell them, all right? You tell them. You tell them I'm coming home, all right?" And I was like, "No, we're not waiting." Because I'm fascinated. I think that whole identity has come from the term African American. This is something that's fascinated me. It's the very loose term African American. Because half of the time you use it for people that aren't even African. Just use it as long as you're black, they go African American. But what if people aren't from Africa and they're still African American? There's people from the Caribbean, from Haiti, from Jamaica. They call it, yeah, African American. Guys like, "No, man, I come from Jamaica. I ain't never from Africa. I ain't never been there before, man." He's like, "You want to stay? African American, man." Yeah. The prefix to American has become as important as American itself. I thought it was just American, but it's not. No, it's very important. You have the prefix. You have African American. You have others like Latin or Mexican American. You have Asian American. You have the most interesting for me was Indian American, which I learned about during Thanksgiving. Indian American. And then I was told I'm no longer allowed to say this. He said, I now have to say Native American, which is redundant, is it not? Because if somebody's a native of the land they're still in, should you not then just call them American? How does that work? It was the strangest conversation to have, sitting around carving the turkey and just going, I don't understand. I can't say Indian American. He's like, "No, Trevor, you look, you don't want to say that. You want to say Native American. It's a better term." I go, "Oh, well, who called them Indian American?" Well, we did. Oh, I see. And then who changed it? Well, we did. I see. And you guys feel bad, son? Yeah, much better. This is the craziest thing in the world, changing it, the prefix. And I mean, I don't mean to offend anyone. As Americans, I hope I see some guys looking at me like, okay, move on, guy, move on. Yeah. Because that's the one thing, because the one thing I noticed is white people in America, you never got the prefix. What happened there? You guys got left out? Oh, that's horrible. And it's a first. There's nothing? You guys don't get a prefix? No. Sir, you don't want one? No. Just American? No. Euro American? No. Although, I mean, to be honest, Europeans will be like, no, they are not from us, please. No. No culture. They are not European. So then I get Anglo from the British. Anglo-American, is that more? No, you don't want Anglo. I don't know, Anglo-colonial American, is that? Imperial American? Death Star American? No, I'm kidding. I don't know. I'm still searching for the answer. My two favorites so far have been, I was traveling in the South, and a gentleman shouts it out. He said, "You can call us Super American." So, very well. And my favorite was a man in Atlanta who looked at me and he said, "Why don't you call us Honky American?" And I'd never heard of that term. I'd never heard of the word honky before. Because isn't honky the same thing you use for like your car? That's like, you know, and the thing that clowns use, honk honk, that's honky. That's the most honky American. That sounds like a bad children's character for white imperialists, you know? It's like there's Barney, there's Ronald McDonald, and there's Honky. This is like, you know, this coming out singing to all the white kids, it's Honky, he's gonna teach you how to be white honky, it's Honky. Remember kids, white is right, it's Honky. It's the craziest thing ever, honky. I really don't, please don't get offended. If you're American and you're offended, I really hope that I'm not offending you. I mean this because I am scared of you. No, really. The world, you don't understand. The world is shit scared of America. Like America, because you guys, you've been fighting wars since World War II? You guys haven't stopped. Like America, no, it's true. America's just like the most badass. America's like that really buff guy on the beach, just like not messing around, just walking around. She's like, you do not mess with America. It's like, you know, if America catches you building a sandcastle, it's like, what are you doing? No, America, it's not what it looks like. It's like, ah! Ah! The only time people build sandcastles is when they're gonna attack. Stop that! Is that a bucket? No! You know, America's like, yeah, America's that super, because you guys have the best army in the world, and you say, America's that big guy that walks down the hallway, and the rest of the countries just stand on the side. Just like, don't make eye contact. Don't make eye contact. And as America walks past, like, America's like, what was that? Iran. Did you fart? No, America, I'm sorry. Yes, I fart just a little bit. I'm sorry, America. Iran, were you farting at me? No, America. No, I don't fart at you. I just fart just by myself. Just fart on the back, not to the front. To the front, I say sorry. Please, America. Iran, was that a nuclear fart? No. Not nuclear fart, just beans. Lots of beans fart. Beans. No nuclear, America. Please. I'm gonna come in there. No, don't come in, America, please. Just fart. I'm sorry.
Hey there. Thanks for
Stranger Things is a whole show about kids not trusting their parents. Like, if a demigod is after you, tell your mom. These little niggas is like, nah, all I got is these walkie-talkies and these bikes. And my best friends. Because that bitch can't handle shit.
Man, we was growing up, man. It was crazy. Remember your mama kept everything in her bra? Money, car keys, candy. You ever got some candy from a bra? That was... Here you go. This peppermint tastes like Tussie. My mouth is numb. Bill O'Reilly talked about Maxine Waters' wig. When I was growing up, every woman I knew loved and respected wore a wig. A wig was like an early warning system to a little black child. You came home and your mama's wig was on that white head she kept on the dresser, you knew she was home. If the wig was gone, mama was gone. Well, I'm going outside to play. You gonna get in trouble. No, I'm not. Mama ain't here. How you know? Look. Ding dong, the witch is dead. Hit it, Tremaine. Your mama had two wigs. One she wore every day, one was that good wig. She only wore that on special occasions. Church and to go downtown to talk to white people. These motherfuckers done cut my gas off. Hand me my good wig. And watch your brother. Watch my brother. I'm 4, he 3. What the fuck I'm gonna do? I just shit on myself. I'm not a role model. I'm not. You had to grow up fast when we was growing up. They gave you a key, put it around your neck when you was 5. You had to let yourself in your house, do your homework, and start dinner. Mama said I gotta brown the meat. And you never got kidnapped because they gave you 2 rules that kept you safe. Don't you take your ass outside, don't let nobody in my goddamn house. Well, what if the house catches on fire? Motherfucker, you better burn up. I was so frightened of my mother, I would have did it too. Little boy, this is the fire department. There's a fire in the house. We need you to come outside immediately. My mama said I can't come outside. I gotta brown the meat. We're gonna have to come in. You're gonna get me in trouble. I can't have company. Oh, this fire is so hot. Mama gonna kill me if this meat burn. Go back outside, fireman. At least take your boots off. Stay on the runner.
I didn't really know how fucked up my life was until I'm on the phone one day talking to my girlfriend. We talking about getting baptized, y'all. I'm like, yeah, girl, I've been baptized 25 times. She was like, 25 times? Who the fuck baptized you 25 times? I'm like, well, how many times you been baptized? She was like, once in the name of Jesus. I'm like, well, damn, my mama must have baptized me in her boyfriend names. Come to find out, y'all, back in the day when I grew up here in Atlanta, if you were having financial problems, all you had to do was go to your local churches and join the church and get the kids baptized, and they would write you a check for your financial problem. Yeah, but my mama turned that shit into a scheme. Nigga, she started getting us baptized 2-3 times on a Sunday. I remember showing up one time, I already fucking wet. The pastor was like, why they wet? She was like, mind your fucking business, pastor, we got another appointment to get to. But finally, the black churches realized my mama was running a scheme, so she had to go to the white churches. And let me tell y'all this. When my mama discovered white churches and white people and white guilt, she used the fuck out of y'all ancestors. My mama would pull up out there with her 64 Chevy with all 5 black asses on the back seat, and she would turn around, she'd say, look here, we're going in this church and get these crackers money. Put your slave face on. We going that bitch and rack up. And my mama knows as soon as they write her that check, she was going straight to the fucking weed man. But I like getting baptized at the white churches, y'all, because they treat you better. After you get baptized, they will always take everybody downstairs to the pantry, but at the white church, they would give all 5 kids their own box and let them shop. Nigga, my mama's like, fuck them up. The whole time we got all slave face on.
Called my oldest son watching porn, which I was like, you see, this is why I was never around. Like, who the fuck wants to deal? Anyway, point is, he's watching porn, and like I said, he's a teenager, so I didn't want to weird him out about him, you know, give him a complex. I'm sex positive, you know. It's not just for white women, you know what I mean? It's not. I freed a nipple or 2 in my day, you know what I mean? So I didn't want to weird him out. I think I handled it well. What I did, I was walking through and I said, I saw that and I kept it moving. Cool mom. That's how I played it. Cool mom, right? I saw that. Kept it moving, right? And then I came back and I said, could you watch black people? Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, I wouldn't even have known he was watching porn if not for the alabaster skin gleaming off the fucking iPad. Like, if he was watching niggas, he wouldn't be in trouble right now. You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing? What do you do? Matter of fact, let me airdrop you some suggestions because this is a black porn household. Like, you are fucking up my legacy right now. What are you doing? Fuck you think this is? When I think about my kids and their sexuality, I don't care if they're gay or straight or whatever. I don't care about that stuff. I just don't want no weirdo, you know? I don't want no weirdo, and I think that's what happens when kids get on the internet and they see things too early, and when their brain, the synapses is synapsing, and then you got a weirdo, like, God forbid he becomes some kind of foot dude, you know what I mean? Like, what? Now, I ain't trying to kink shame, but that's the worst one, you know what I mean? Have you ever been with a foot dude? Ooh, let me get in them toes, like, sir. You don't go under a bridge. Like, can you stop it? Like, oh my God. Get under them. I mean, I let them suck it, but I judge the whole time. Is all I'm saying. It's like... Not my son.
But what I love about my kids, I mean, obviously because they're mine, I love that they have such crazy personalities. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm the only child. My parents like to say they got it right the first time. But really, they weren't fucking. Come on! Separate bedrooms and all those puzzles? They ain't fucking. But I'm fascinated, like they're the same ingredients, but so different. Like every morning, baby boy wakes up smiling and baby girl wakes up crying. And I'm like, damn, it's like they already know about the patriarchy. How? Like real talk, baby boy just has so much pure joy in his heart. Every time we go out in New York, in our neighborhood, he wants to make eye contact. He wants people to smile at him. I'm like, motherfucker, stop it, you're gonna get robbed. Stop it! And baby girl, she's so sassy. I don't know where the fuck she get it from. I do not know. Like even the pediatrician was just like, wow, her peripheral vision is so good. I said, that's side-eye, motherfucker. She know you got the needle. Oh, man. Anyway, I used to judge parents so much. Like, you can't judge people until you, like, are really in them shoes. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm not gonna do it like that. I'm gonna be cool and do it like that. And then you're a parent, you're like, oh, fuck. Help me. Like, I used to judge parents when you would ask how old their kid is, and they'd be like, 19 and a half months. Man, please don't make me do math. Like, is that two? Is that two? I'm not your accountant. I can't read these receipts right now. But I realize parents do that shit because it's truly the last night they had a good night's rest. Real talk. If you out and you see a cute baby, you ask the parent, how old's your baby? And they'd be like, 8 months and 4 days. So happy. You give that new parent a hug, you give them a joint, buy them a pickleback. I don't give a shit. Be nice to them.
Yeah, I grew up in this family and we couldn't live together. I could live with my mom, but my dad obviously couldn't live with us because it was illegal. And people would be racist to us all the time. But I was really lucky growing up because my mom is probably the most gangster human being you'll ever meet in your life. Right? Nothing got to her. Nothing fazed her. And I remember one day in particular, we were walking through the streets together, and some guy across the road shouted something really mean at us. And I was about 4 or 5 years old. And I turned and I looked at my mom and I said, Mommy, what do we do if people do the racism to us? And my mom said, oh, baby, you know what we do if somebody's racist? We take that racism of theirs and we shake it up with the love of Jesus. And then we send it back. And I was like, what? And I was like, this lady's crazy. And she was crazy, but she was also right. Yeah. I didn't even realize how right my mother was until decades later, which I feel is what always happens with your parents, right? They're crazy, and then you get to their age and you're like, oh, that's what it means. I only learned the lesson my mother was trying to teach me when, as a grown man, I was walking through the streets of Chicago. Minding my own business, some guy drove by in a pickup truck and called me the N-word. And I'm not gonna lie, I was disappointed. Mostly because he was driving a pickup truck. Yeah, I just felt like that was an unnecessary stereotype that he didn't need to perpetuate. You know? I feel like if you're gonna be racist, do something different. You know? Think outside the box. Drive a Prius. Yeah. It's better for the environment, and it's quiet. You can sneak up on me. We both win. But no, the guy was he was driving a pickup truck, called me the N-word, and oh, to give you the full story, I was jaywalking, right? I was jaywalking, yeah. And I don't tell you this to justify what he did. I just want you to know that I'm no angel, okay? Yeah. I was crossing the road, and then the lights turned red for me, but I decided to walk anyways because I don't see color. And this man was so offended by what I had done that he drove his truck around me, rolled the window down, looked me dead in the eye, and he was like, "Get out of the road, nigger!" Oh, and you could see he wanted to hurt me. We locked eyes, and I could see in that moment he was waiting for me to be like, "No." But what that man didn't know was where I was from. More importantly, who he didn't know was my mother. Because he thought it was just going to be a regular racist day. He thought he was going to drive by, throw the N-word out the window, carry on with his life. He didn't realize that that was the son of Patricia stepping into the road. And it happened in a moment, but it lasted a lifetime. Because I didn't even think. He shouted that word, and out of nowhere, my body was like... I was like, oh shit, this is it! And let me tell you something, LA, it was so beautiful because I didn't plan it, I didn't think about it. All I know is I stepped into the road, he drove his truck around me, rolled the window down, looked me dead in the eye, and he was like, "Get out of the road, nigger!" And I turned and I was like, "You're my nigger!" One of my dreams came true. I got to go to Switzerland for the first time. One of my dreams. If you don't know this about me, I'll tell you why it was such a big dream of mine, right? My mother is a black woman, Xhosa woman, from South Africa. I grew up in South Africa, right? Molweni. My dad is a Swiss man from Switzerland, white man, right? And so I never got to go to Switzerland. And then when I got the chance, I never really made the time, and then I couldn't go there. And then finally now, we went to Switzerland for the first time, and it was liberating. You know, because here's the thing. My whole life, I've always felt like my dad didn't really love me, okay? And then now, when I went and met him in Switzerland, I was like, no, he's just Swiss. They're all like that. It was a bit weird, though. I tried to surprise him, though. Right? I tried to surprise him by learning German. We hadn't seen each other for a while, and because he speaks German, I thought I was going to surprise him on the trip. You know, I went on Duolingo, did a bunch of studying, and I got to Germany, got to like practice the whole thing, got to Switzerland, I was like, oh, this is it. And I was ready. I was like, I'm going to surprise my dad. I planned to get to his house, knock on the door. He was going to open it, be surprised, like, oh, Trevor. Then I'll be like, Papa, ich spreche Deutsch. He was going to be like, oh, ich liebe dich. Be like, die net op. It was going to be a whole thing. I had it all planned out. Didn't go according to plan. I got there. He was surprised. He was happy. But as soon as I spoke, I was like, Papa, ich spreche Deutsch. And he was like, don't do that. Don't do that, huh? No, don't do that. No. Learning German has been a weird journey for me. Because I want to speak it because most of my family speaks it on my dad's side. But I've learned a few things about my German which haven't been great. I was in Germany visiting some extended family in a place called Cologne. Beautiful city. If you've never been, you should go. Stunning, stunning place. And one of my friends, Rolf, was with me in the city, right? And so one day Rolf turns to me and he's like, Trevor, you know, today maybe we should go have a traditional German meal, yeah? You want to eat something traditionally German? Yeah, we're going to take you, okay? And I was like, oh, that sounds amazing, Rolf. What are we going to have? He's like, okay. Have you heard of Subway? So I don't think that's German, Rolf. He's like, nine. I'm just saying to understand the chain, right? Where you're going to be having the sandwiches and you're having the bread and you're choosing the toppings. I was like, yeah, no, Subway works, man. He's like, okay. So I want to take you to a German version, yeah? Better than that, better. Like with the best bread and the best meat, you have to go. And so he took me and he wasn't lying. And so we go to the sandwich shop. It's like 50 years old. Everything is in German. We walk in and I was like, oh, this is it. Might not be my dad's house, but this is where I can practice my German. And my friend Rolf looks at me, he's like, Trevor, would you like me to order? I was like, no, Rolf, I'll order the food. He's like, okay, you're going to buy the food? I was like, no, you're going to buy. I just want to order it. I just want to practice my German. He's like, but they might not understand you, yeah? Because you know German can be different. I was like, yo, I got this, Rolf, I got this. So I walk up to the counter. The woman was really friendly as well. She's like, Guten Tag, kann ich dich helfen? And I was like, Guten Tag! Ich will ein kleines Brotchen haben, bitte schön. Das schwarze Brotchen mit der Käse und das Schinken, bitte schön. Und gib für mich ein Pepsi-Cola, danke. And she shat herself. I'll never forget the look in that woman's face. She was petrified. She stared at me and she was like, der schwarze Hitler. Which means the black Hitler. Yeah. The way I inflect on certain words has a certain Führer feeling to it, apparently. I was devastated. Rolf thought it was hilarious. The whole ride home, we're in the car, he's killing himself. Oh mein Gott, der schwarze Hitler. Oh, Trevor, can you imagine if Hitler was black? It totally wouldn't have worked, yeah? Like, Rolf, it's not that funny. I tried to learn German to connect with my family, and now I sound like one of the worst human beings in history. He's like, yeah, but it was totally funny. You should have seen yourself. It's like you are about to invade the meat section. Oh, my God. Oh, you should have. I was like, Rolf, it's not cool, man. I'm in pain right now. He's like, calm down, Trevor, calm down, yeah? Indulge me meine Schadenfreude, okay? He actually taught me a new word that day. Yeah, never heard it before. Schadenfreude. German word. Schadenfreude. Right? It means to take great joy in the pain and suffering of others. Fun fact, that word was never translated into another language. I wonder why. Pretty insane word, right? Schadenfreude. Why would you want that? To indulge in others' pain and suffering. Why would you? But then when I thought about it, I was like, it sounds terrible, but we all do it. Yeah, every single one of us in this room. We all experience Schadenfreude. You know? We all do. You know when you have Schadenfreude? It's when you're driving on the highway, yeah? And you're cruising along, everything's going well. And you look over on the other side, and the traffic is packed up. And you get that little feeling inside, like, I made the right choices in life. That's Schadenfreude. You know what Schadenfreude is? Schadenfreude is what happened when black women saw middle-aged white men crying after Disney said they were changing The Little Mermaid? That's Schadenfreude. That was one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life. Grown men crying, "This is ruining my childhood. They changed The Little Mermaid. She looks nothing like the original." Nothing? She looks nothing like the original? Really? Nothing? There is nothing that reminds you of the original Little Mermaid when you look at her. Nothing at all. You realize the only thing that changed is the color of her skin. This part of the color of her skin. The hair's red. The body is fish. That doesn't remind you of the Little Mermaid? That was the main thing that you recognized the Little Mermaid? Really? You know what Schadenfreude is? Schadenfreude is what everybody from Ireland and Kenya and Trinidad and Jamaica and South Africa and India all felt when the news came out and said, "The royal family has bad news." Here's the thing people don't understand. People were like, "No, are you laughing at this? Are you laughing at this?" It's like, yes, first of all, but you're misunderstanding it, right? The royal family always gets sensitive about people responding to their bad news, but they don't seem to understand that's not really bad news. Every time the royal family wants us to feel sorry for them, is it really bad news? Huh? They'll be like, "Please, we ask you for your sympathy right now. We have lost Harry and Meghan." You've lost them? Like they're missing? No. Your favorite British couple has now become your favorite American couple. Oh. The royal family has bad news. Is it bad news? Yes, it is. The Queen has died. Died of what? Finishing life. Are you kidding me? I'm not saying someone shouldn't grieve, but she finished life. Do you know how many human beings don't get to do that? She finished it. She died as queen. Died of what? Old age. That means you finished the game. Done. Credits are rolling. Buried with the jewels. Hashtag winning. You want the colonies to be sad? Those are their jewels. Africans were like, "Can we have our diamonds back?" They're like, no, the queen takes them with her. Are you kidding me? People are like, "Well, I mean, this is not the time to be talking about her. You shouldn't be saying bad things about her. You shouldn't be speaking ill of the dead." No, that's exactly what you should do. Yeah, the perfect time to talk shit about people is when they're dead. All right? Can we agree on this in society? Maybe we should start being nicer to each other when we're alive, and let's talk shit when people die. Right? Do that for me, people. Do that. When I'm dead, say whatever you want about me. When you see me in the streets, just say hi. You know why? Because I'm gone. People are like, "Oh, these people up there and they're dancing on her grave." Yeah, that's what graves are made for. That's why they made them flat. The whole point was that people could come and dance on them. Otherwise, they would have made them slanted so you would slide off. And even in that, the queen is winning. She's got some of the best dancers dancing on her grave. Huh? Could you imagine Africans coming in and they're just there, huh? Doing their thing. And the Irish are like, "We're up next. Hey, oh, save us some space on the grave." We've got the Indians coming in. Now it's our moment. Finally, everyone from the Caribbean, murder she wrote. Give it up. One of my favorite things I used to love doing was watching horror movies and then judging people when they made stupid decisions. I love it. I watch horror movies. I wait for people to make stupid decisions. And then when they die, I'm like, you deserved it. Never makes sense. Never. You know, be someone being chased with like a guy in a mask and he's got a knife, right? The guy's walking, person runs to their car, they always fumble with the keys. Dad, what are you doing? What are you doing? If someone's chasing you with a knife and you get to a car, don't bother getting in, it's a waste of time. All you do is just run to the side of the car, and then you wait. They go that way, you go this way. You go that way, you go this way. Yeah, we can do this shit all day. People make the dumbest decisions in horror movies, I don't get it. My favorite is when people just have to hide. That's all they have to do. They just have to hide and shut up. For an hour and a half, they can't do it. Like in that movie, A Quiet Place. Have you watched that? One of my favorite movies of all time. Yeah? The one where the aliens, they don't see anything. They just use echolocation to figure out where everyone is. There's always the people hiding in the shed, just there like... You just have to be quiet, you can just chill. You don't just be there, chilling. You have to be sitting there playing Xbox quietly. No. There's always that baby. And there'll always be the moment where you can see the monster's given up. You know? The moment where the monster's like... And just as it's about to leave, just as it's about to go, there's always one idiot who jumps up like, I can't take it anymore! Come get me! Ah, dead. You deserved it. Because I never got it, right? I never understood. Why? All you have to do is wait. You just stay inside for long enough and the danger will subside. Why can't you do it? Why is it so hard to just stay inside? And then the pandemic hit. I was like, now I get it. Because we all hit our breaking point. Pandemic made people crazy. I thought we were all gonna come together. That's what I believed. From all the movies I watched as a kid, I thought if humans were ever threatened with an existential threat, we would abandon every single fight we were having and we would come together to win. You know? I thought if that virus came, we'd all be there, we'd be like, all right, no more racism, no more sexism, let's do this together. And we'd go and we'd defeat the enemy aliens and then we'd come back and be like, all right, let's get back to the racism and sexism. It's like an Independence Day, that's what happened, remember? Yeah, that's what I grew up watching. Everyone in the world came together to fight the aliens. We stopped all of there was no politics, there was no nothing. We unified and we won. And then in real life, what did? We fought each other and we lost. Who was supposed to be a team? Will Smith was supposed to be our hero. None of it went as planned. I wonder if that's how the dinosaurs went out, you know? Maybe they just couldn't agree on anything. Maybe some warned the others. They were like, there's an asteroid coming down to Earth. Other dinosaurs were like, asteroids are not real. It's a hoax. And rocks smashed into the planet. Dust covered the globe. All the dinosaurs were running around in panic. Ah, the dust is everywhere. Wear a mask, wear a mask. The T-Rex was like, I can't! I met Julius, in real life for the first time this year. Yeah, which was strange for me because I don't normally meet these people I speak about. No, which I prefer, don't get me wrong. Like if I was in Pick and Pay and then I saw Zuma, I'd be like, oh, no, we don't need toilet paper, let's go. But I met Julius Malema. I'll never forget the day. I was in Rosebank having dinner with some friends of mine, and these friends had come to visit me from Germany. And so I'm showing them around town, and right now we're having dinner. All of a sudden, there's commotion in the restaurant. There's people whispering, people looking around. There's something happening. And I turn, I look at the door, and the one and only Julius Malema is standing there in the flesh. I'm like, oh wow, that's Julius Malema. And just as I'm about to go back to eating, he turns, looks straight at my table, and starts walking to me. But now I'm like, he's not coming to me. He's probably going to, I don't know, he can go anywhere. Why would he be coming to me? It's not like he has a reason. Okay, maybe he's got a reason, but there's no, whatever, just ignore him. Just ignore him, Trevor, that's what I'm thinking. Ignore him, ignore him, just calm down. He can smell fear. Just ignore him. Ignore him, Trevor, ignore him. So I'm just trying to do the thing. I'm trying to ignore him, but I can't because the waiters won't let me. The waiters are there like, Trevor. The waiters behind him were even worse. They were like, now I'm panicking. What if the guy's coming to me? But I'm like, no, he's not coming to me. But you know what? He was coming straight to me. Julius Malema to my table. He stops at my chair, looks me straight in the eye and goes, funny guy. Now I didn't know if he was announcing himself or referring to me. Hey, Juju. So this is you, eh? I said, yeah, this is me. And this is you, I guess. Said, yeah, this is me. So now? I was like, oh man, I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know, does he want to talk? Does he want to argue? Maybe he wants to fight. He's gonna try to punch me or something. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't. All I know is the colored side of me is holding the knife tight. I'm ready, eh? One mistake, and I'm there. Yeah. And it was a butter knife, but I didn't care. Just needed to flinch and be, yes, Annie, yes, Annie, yes, Annie, yes, Annie. Butter you to death. Die of cholesterol. But you know what? I didn't need the knife. Because Julius Malema is actually one of the most chilled out guys you'll meet in person. Smarter than people think he is as well. We get to chatting. Julius looks at me, he's like, so funny guy, what's new, eh? So, well, you've got a new political party, yeah? What's happening there? He says, yeah, we are taking Zuma down. I said, oh, that's what you said last time, man. He says, this time we are winning. Yeah, and you, when is your next show? I said, oh, I've got one coming up in a few months. Said, yeah, you must put me in, eh? So, I probably will. Yeah. I was like, yeah. 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 We're not friends. Conversations run out. Now we're just looking at each other. And then I remembered there was something I'd always wanted to know. I had noticed on Twitter there was a Julius Malema account with hundreds of thousands of followers. And every day it would post things, motivational quotes, jokes, things that made sense. I was like, this is not Julius, it can't be him. This is too light-hearted, this is not Julius Malema. But now he was here next to me, so I could ask him, and I did. I said, hey Julius, do you know about Twitter? He said, yes, I know it. So there's an account there with your name. Is that you? I said, yes, that's me.
@Julius_S_Malema. You must follow me. I was like, oh no, that's cool, man. But wow, I was shocked. You know, not that he was on Twitter. I just never thought I'd hear Julius say the word underscore. No, because it's such an obscure key on a keyboard. You know, I don't know why. I never thought he was. I bet he knows all the keys. I'm sure he sits there every day by himself, like keyboard quiz, go, F1, F5, F7, enter, space, delete, zoomer, PVNM, control the minds, QWERT, / escape from SARS. VPNM, colon, semicolon, dash. Down dash. Dash, small dash, dash. Dash on the ground. Dash, dash that have been oppressed by the other keys on the keyboard. Why don't they allow this dash to come up where it belongs? This dash to... I did not picture him saying underscore. But he did. Surprised me. And we chatted for a few minutes like friends. And as Julius is walking away, I looked over at him and I said, hey, Julius, do me one favor, man. He said, name it. I said, please stop scaring white people. I said, what do you mean? I said, dude, you scare white people. You say crazy things like you're going to take the land and the mines, and stop saying that stuff. You scare white people. He's like, they're not scared of me. I said, they are, Julius. And so then he looks at my friends from Germany and he's like, are you scared? Now, luckily, the Germans weren't scared. They were like, nein, we're not scared. We're not scared at all. Not scared. It was like, you see, they are not scared of me. I was like, yeah, but Julius, these white people are not from South Africa. He's like, yeah, which ones are? That was funny. I was like, touche. He says, oh, I don't have any. Nice meeting you, eh? He's a fun guy, Julius.
Thank you. Too much applause. This could be shit, but thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks for coming out. How's everyone doing tonight? Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Or as the French say, good evening. No, it's bonjour, bienvenue. Yes, I'm learning. I'm trying to practice my French. I'm not gonna lie, Montreal probably has the sexiest border I've ever come to in my life. Yeah, I didn't feel like I was being interrogated. I felt like I was being flirted with. It was really sexy. And sir, what are you planning to do in Montreal? I'm planning to stay. That's what I'm doing. The French. The most romantic language in the world. I know why the accent is romantic as well, but it is. It's funny how every accent has its own connotation to it. You speak with a French accent, you are sexy. How are you, ladies? And then there's some accents just have no sex appeal to them at all. You know? Like the Russian accent. There's nothing sexy about it. Everything the Russians say sounds dangerous and menacing. Doesn't matter what they say, because they've got that thing. Yes, I'm Russian, go to kill you, break you, destroy your family. Like, even if Russians say nice things, it still sounds dangerous. They still go, yes, fluffy rabbits and teddy bears. What? It's like that weird thing, like the Russian accent is so... And you know, like, the crazy thing about the Russians is everyone in the world is afraid of them. Everyone, no matter where you go in the world. You know the Russians are frightening. Because they're the only country that makes America think before doing something. Everywhere else in the world, America acts when something happens. When Russia does something, we think about it. Yeah, you saw the whole thing that happened with that plane that was shot down, the Malaysian flight, the Ukrainian rebels shot the plane came down. You know, America came out, Barack Obama, he was there, he's like, we gotta find out who did this. We're gonna come down on them like an iron fist. We're gonna let them know what time it is. I'm paraphrasing. And then everyone found out it was the Russians that supplied the Ukrainian rebels with the missile that shot down the plane. And then all of a sudden Obama was like, but let's not rush to conclusions.
let's take our time and not point fingers, especially not at the Russians. I'm going home now. Thank you very much.
There's something about the Russians. The Russians. You know what's weird is I find the Russian accent frightening, but not the Russian language. It's the strangest thing ever. There's certain languages I find frightening. There's certain accents that throw me off. You know, for instance, I find Arabic frightening as a language. You know, it just has that thing in it. The guy could be saying anything. We're talking about Candy Crush. But it's because we've watched all those movies, all those TV shows. Every time you see Arabic, some bad shit goes down. It's never something cool or sexy, you know? It's never like, it's never that. So the language is frightening, but Russian, for some reason, I don't find frightening at all. Yeah, I don't. I realized this. I was walking through the streets of New York, and there's a Russian guy. He was walking next to me, and he happened to be on the phone, right? And it sounded like he was setting up a drug deal. And so this guy is walking next to me, and he's talking. And he switched from English, the English-Russian accent, into Russian. And it went from fear to no fear. It was the strangest thing ever. He was on the phone, and he was like, yeah, no, Vlad, don't worry. The guys go to bed at 3 o'clock, okay? You meet them, you tell me after that, you got the package we call. Don't worry. Hey, Vlad, no, listen. Vlad. Девайш но дерегеш ночи, е? Да, дижнитно, видач но деревот жет на дегет нет, бодоч динардич, вот не кердиш, вот не гет, вот дередje. And it was the craziest thing ever. He went from like international criminal to immigrant. It was the weirdest thing. Like I had no fear at all. I'm not afraid of the Russian language, just the accent. In fact, to me, the Russian language just sounds like someone's playing a vinyl backwards. That's all I hear. It sounds like someone took a DJ of English and they were just there like, yeah. He's just like, yes. We go to find, don't worry, Vlad, the guys go to bed at 3 o'clock, okay? Yeah, bring the package, don't worry about that. After that you find, you give me the call, okay? No, Vlad, нет. Ведь ночь get вот на жет, радждет, вот не get на жет, вот ночь, овет ночь, вот зидночь, вот зирджи, вот get that, it ночь, бит, not bit, a bit Russian. That's what I'm hearing in my head. And if there's any Russian people here tonight, I'm joking. Please, I don't want to have issues after the show. Walking out of the theater, hey, funny guy. Why you don't come DJ here, yeah? Wiki, do it again.